Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's walk and talk is when life throws you curveballs. I am in Spain, and it's been a very interesting visit so far. I came with my family from the Seattle area, so my son, his girlfriend, and their 9-month-old baby, and we're visiting my son here with his wife and almost 2-year-old, and she's 9 months pregnant, so she's due on October 1st. And the thing is the brothers don't get along. So I hadn't really anticipated the different reactions. Also, my son from Seattle is not a good traveler, and my son in Spain tends to be high-strung. So life has thrown curveballs in different ways, and I also anticipate some curveballs coming up when we travel back, because my son in Seattle is not a good traveler. So the thing is, I can't change, fix, manipulate anyone outside myself. Every once in a while I can say something will pop out of my mouth in a way that either one of them will hear. But other than that, I can't change, fix, or manipulate the hologram or the individuals in the hologram. I can only change my reaction, and I'm also able to step into different universes where things are unfolding in my favor. My husband and I had anticipated retiring to Spain this year. We were going to apply for our visas in March and be living here by now. And the baby in Seattle was a surprise. So we're helping take care of things. So it's been postponed a little bit, and it seems necessary to bring the whole family with us. The interesting thing is that my son here is not interested in having his brother anywhere nearby. We had planned to spend at least the first year in Madrid getting our feet on the ground before deciding to move someplace like Galicia, Asturias, Cantabria, because the north of Spain is green and it rains sometimes, and we're from Seattle, we like rain. So now it looks like maybe we'll just go directly to one of those places. It opens up new possibilities I hadn't anticipated. I'd also dearly wanted to be here with my grandson, who's just adorable, and I've missed so many milestones. But life throws you curveballs. And the other thing is, things can change in an instant. And when you step into parallel universes, everyone around you can change. They become completely different people. So I'm considering how much energetics to do in this situation, or just get up in the morning, drink my tea, go out for a walk, and see what unfolds. Because ultimately, I am consciousness. We are all consciousness. At our essence, we are all our higher selves. All of this is a creation of consciousness. I don't see it necessarily as a lesson to be learned. We're not students. We're not lower down on the totem pole than the teacher, because we're both. However, it is a game of building skills. A little bit like swimming in the ocean. Some of us are expert swimmers. Some of us choose to be dog paddlers in this reality. But if you think about moving through density and effort, requires skill. And the thing I find is that when I connect to myself as consciousness, then all that density and effort goes away. And I am moving through this hologram with a level of not only skill, but effortlessness that makes this a fun and enjoyable game, regardless of what is going on in the external hologram. This isn't spiritual bypassing, by the way. I have been keeping track of the news, but even that's kind of hilarious of how extreme things have gotten. So I invite you to take a look at your life and consider ways that you can connect as consciousness. I think of dots of consciousness within me, in the center of my head, in my heart, in my solar plexus, and in my pelvis area. And all those kind of collapse into bringing me into a wholeness and awareness of my inner self and external self, and completely changes my reality. So I'm actually very close to the Airbnb we're staying in, and I think what I'm going to do now is play with stepping through doors to parallel universes and see what happens by the time I walk in the door there. If you've had experiences like this, or if you have tried parallel universes or other ways of connecting as consciousness, please leave me a comment below. I love to read your comments. And if you like these videos, please share them on social media and with your family and friends. And that way, all these things tell the algorithm to get this out far and wide to people who really need to see this information. And if you want to know more, my website is joan-newcomb.com. And I'll see you next week, probably in Seattle, for another Weekly Musings.